I think, and I choose to believe, that I have never twisted facts on whatever investigative stories that I have done so far, whether it is lashing out at even people, I mean, even politicians who have been very, very dear friends of mine, and I have done that in the past. So
Which
they know that.
may very well be true, but that may be true for 10 other people.
Of course.
So then the question is always going to be, why Rana? How does a story become the story? There's been a Bartla House encounter, there's been a encounter in Crimson Connaught Place, what, 4 or 5 years ago. Those mistaken identity, in fact, you know, they killed someone in incidents. They didn't become the story, whereas this has become the story. So how does a story become the story?
When the Ishrat Jahan encounter took place, it was just a matter, in that case, only say Rajendra Kumar or the top cop should have come in front of news channels and said, hey, we have just killed an LET operator. But what happened at that point of time was the CM coming out in the open and saying, listen, you know what, there are terrorists out in the open out to assassinate me.
If Ishrat is innocent, why isn't anyone defending Javed? Is this sexism? Do you think she's getting a lot more play because she's a lady?
Ishrat became a big story because for the first time you had a woman terrorist, you had a woman mujahideen, a fidain for that matter, who was out there to assassinate Narendra Modi. Of course they wanted to make it a very glamorous story.
Do you think it's fair for you to say anyone who supports Modi is motivated because they are paid for it, but your outrage is out of righteousness? Is that fair that these are my standards and I'm against him because I'm standing for what is just, and anyone who's standing for him is doing so because they're paid?
A Muslim girl covering the BJP, having access to almost all the top leaders in the BJP, getting exclusive interviews of the BJP perhaps says it's all about our approach. The fact that they still give interviews to us, give priority to us, shows that we have not gone on a witch hunt against the BJP. We have only picked up people who needed to be picked up.
Were there any threats and vilification campaign once you did your expose? I mean, were you targeted by any group or political party or group of people?
I had to give a written complaint to the Chief Minister of Maharashtra for my security because there were indications that they could perhaps there could be an indirect attack on me. हमने बंगारू लक्ष्मण का स्टिंग ऑपरेशन किया, उसके बाद वाजिब होता था कि BJP would not have entertained any one of us had we not been neutral, balanced. I would never want to bring in my religion, but it does matter, and it has mattered to me in my profession so far. You don't believe me? There are certain things about Narendra Modi that I like, and I do tweet. I do.
You heard it here first. Okay, like?
Like his diplomacy, like the fact that he knows how to use incidents to his political objective.
He's very quick.
He's very quick.
Taking the advantage
of situations. So he's a good politician. He's a very shrewd politician.
Newslaundry has completed 10 years this year. We have been around for a decade. Initially, people were skeptical when we told them that we are going to run an news organization without advertisements. But we are still here and we are growing, and that's all thanks to you, our subscribers, our supporters who pay to keep news free so that independent media can survive and we can do public interest journalism. So thank you. Let's hope we survive for another 10 years or maybe 100. All you need to do is to support us. Pay to keep news free.